So good evening. Welcome to Easter Sunday evening quarters. I hope you've had a good day. On my wander around the village this afternoon, there's a pathway at the bottom of the village where you can wander round and look through the trees and see South Walsham Broad. And I have to say it was sadly quiet today. No crazy bittens charging around. But the day will come again when we will be back. So this evening we've got another evening quarters lined up for you. I hope you've enjoyed the other things that have gone on during the day. Thank you to Sophie for her morning thought this morning. And I hope your Easter collages are doing okay. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you haven't looked at the Daily Challenge. Look it up on the YouTube channel later. So tonight we're going to look at the next part of our theme. If you want to walk on water, you have got to get out of the boat. You want. Dave's little video will introduce it in a minute. But let's just pray for a moment. Father God, we just thank you for the technology that is around to enable us to share with each other your good news today. I just pray that you will help each of us to still our hearts and sit and listen to the words that are going to be spoken. And then help us to open up into the groups, to chat, and to be honest and open with each other. Just ask it all in Jesus' name. Amen.
This story that we're looking at doesn't start with Peter walking on the water. He makes a choice to go out and do that, and something has motivated him to do it. He wants to do it, and I don't think it's just this random idea Peter has that says, hey, I want to walk on the water. Something's making him do it. He wants something about this. So what is it that he wants? Is it that he wants to look cool? Is it that he wants to look impressive? Is it that he wants to be better than the other disciples? Is it just that he wants the experience of walking on water? I think there's something else going on. See, Peter asks Jesus to call him out. Peter wants to go on the water because Jesus is on the water. He wants to be with him. That is what's motivating him. That's what he wants. That's what he desires. What is it that we want? What do we desire? What's the thing that's important to us? What motivates us? What do you want?
For our worship this evening, we'd like you to spend some time thinking about the things you're passionate about. So on your piece of paper, I'd like you to draw a heart. And inside that heart, you can write or draw or collage or however you want to express your creativity. The things that you love, that you enjoy, that you're good at, maybe the things you feel God has placed on your heart. We'll give you a bit of time. We're going to play some worship music. So take a few minutes to think about the things you're passionate about.
in the 1950s, there was a bloke called Alan Watts. He was a philosopher and a writer, and if you've ever been around YouTube motivational videos, you've probably heard some of the things he had to say. Now, being a philosopher, quite a lot of what he had to say was difficult to interpret. But one of the things he said that was most clear was when he talked about the advice that he gave to his students if they ever asked what they should do with their lives. And he said he would ask them, well, what makes you itch? What sort of situation do you desire? What do you want? What could you be happy doing for the rest of your life? He said, the only way to become a master of doing something is if you enjoy it. And he pointed out that it's really stupid to do something you don't enjoy just so that you can keep on living, which will allow you to keep on doing that thing that you don't enjoy doing. In all of that thinking, he was a little bit late. You see, 2,000 years ago, Jesus asked a similar question. He said, why work for things that don't satisfy? Why earn money for bread that doesn't fill you up? And in saying those things, he was quoting Isaiah, who'd written it 700 years before that. Now, I don't know if you went to the supermarket just after all those hoarders had been in, but in Milton Keynes, the only thing that was left was cabbage. Piles and piles of cabbage. And it made me think, I wonder, if this had been at Christmas, would we have been left with just sprouts? How horrendous to work, to earn a living, and only be able to buy sprouts. Well, unless you really like sprouts. Now, the problem isn't cabbage, or sprouts for that matter. Imagine for a minute eating your favourite food. There are. But imagine eating your favourite food every day. Even better. But imagine having to eat your favourite food every day, for every meal. Imagine having to eat your favourite food every day, for every meal, for the rest of your life. It would become tedious. Even if it was chocolate. Although, this being Easter Sunday, I guess some of you have worked that out. And it's not just food. It doesn't matter what we pursue, at some point it will grow old. Now here some of you ask, but surely that doesn't apply to sailing on the Broads. Well, yes it does. It's just that the Broads are so changeable, so big, it probably takes more than a lifetime. So on that one, we're okay. But pursue anything long enough, hard enough, and it will just become tedious. Either you'll need bigger and bigger doses of it, and it'll become an addiction, or you'll become so utterly fed up with it that you'll throw it out and chase something else. But guess what? That will become tiring too. That will be boring too.
Jesus was pointing out that we need to look for something that satisfies. And if nothing that we can pursue satisfies, what on earth are we supposed to do? Well, there is one thing. The thing that he was talking about was him. So how do we know that Jesus is enough? How do we know that he is the answer? Well, there were 3 people in the New Testament who wrote letters that are recorded and that met Jesus. John, Peter, Paul, and they all said that Jesus, was enough, that he satisfies. Paul said he could do all things through God who strengthens me. And he told the Ephesians that God was able to do infinitely more than we could ever ask or imagine. Peter was so in love with Jesus, so wrapped up in the relationship with him, so utterly satisfied with it, that he was prepared to die rather than say that Jesus was not his friend. Or talk to some of the cabin club leaders here about why this year, when there is no sailing to be had, they've actually put in more work than they do most years. And they will tell you about their relationship with Jesus, about how it fills them, about how it completes who they are and what they do. So what do you start to want when you've got Jesus? The easy answer is nothing. But in reality, what you start to want is what Jesus wants. You start to want justice, mercy. You start to want other people to know him as well. You start to want this world to look a bit like heaven. Is Jesus enough? Yes. There's an old fable. It says, be careful what you wish for. You might just get it. But if what you want is an infinite, good God, you will get it. And you won't regret it.
I can see the promised land, though there's pain within the plan, and there is victory in the end. Your love is my battle cry.
Hi guys, this evening I was talking about what we want and how there's only one thing that really satisfies. But if you head over to the Zoom meeting, we're going to talk a bit more about that. See you in 5 minutes.